Welcome to VBar 101. Today I'm going to go through the rudder adjustment. The rudder adjustment, the first thing you have to do is to actually make sure your servo for the rudder is connected to the tail servo connector on the VBar. On the first thing is to change to correct servo. If your servo is not listed, if you just hover over this box, you will get a pop-up with information. If you don't find it here, you can search online for which hertz and which center pulse your servo is using. Second is to check the endpoints. It's doing by moving the radio, and you will make sure you don't get binding. What I've done here is I actually screwed up my setup a little bit just to show you later how to get it correct. I mean, if you start with a preset 99% sure or 100% sure it's correct, but I wanted to show you also how and which steps are needed to actually make sure it's correct. The pirouette optimization is needed to be correct. It's only gonna change if you mount the sensor upside down. Then this direction reverse need to be inverted. Also, if your sensor reverse is changed, you might need to check this pirouette optimization. The nose should follow the red dot. So if you move the helicopter physically, the nose should follow the red dot. That's the key point to look for. And if that's wrong, you should check the direction or uncheck the direction reverse. So that's the first part, and for you that using presets, it shouldn't be that much more, but look through this video and you will understand which each point to look for to get it correct. So the first thing we need to do is to check if the tail servo is moving the correct direction to your control input. So when I move the stick for left, does it move the correct way? In this case, no, it doesn't. It moved the nose to the right. So then I need to check or uncheck the servo reverse under rudder adjustments. So servo reverse, and then we check again, and now it's moving my tail to the right and my nose to the left. Good. That's step one. Okay, let's check the sensor. I need to go out of setup mode and check if the sensor change or moves correctly. It doesn't. This is a trailing edge control, so I see on the front of the blade that it moves the wrong direction. So I go back into setup mode. I can check the sensor reverse, and it should now, if I go out of setup mode again, move correctly. Always counteract. So if I go into setup mode and then back to the rudder adjustment, so now I need to go out of setup mode to test the pre-comp. And this is one step that many are missing, because now they think everything is working in the correct order. You have gyro compensating, you have the radio input working, but the pre-comp should work the same way as if I move the stick to the right, meaning on this particular helicopter it would move the slider inwards. So what I'm gonna do is move my stick from 0 to max, and you see, it's going the wrong way, it's going outwards. And that would mean in flight performance really bad, because every time you move the collector it kicks the tail in the wrong direction. So the key to change this is to go back in setup mode, and you need to reverse all 3 checkboxes. So servo reverse, go in sensor reverse, stick reverse, and all of a sudden all my movements are the same. The tail is moving correctly, left, right. If I go out setup mode and I move the tail for confirmation that it counteracts the torque, and if I now move the pre-comp from 0 to max, it moves the slider inwards, and that's correct. So to change the pre-comp, all 3 checkboxes need to be reversed, or actually inverted if you say it that way. That concludes the Rudder Expert. Oh, I forgot. Remember, when you have changed direction on the servo, you need to double check the endpoints again, because if you have endpoints that are like 60, 55, when you do servo reverse, you might need to change that. But that concludes the rudder adjustment, including for those that setting up from scratch on an unknown helicopter.